Yeah, okay, but why?
Because, like you said, with child support, they feel like there's no advantage. So you say just get married. It's not that simple because men don't want to marry you.
Okay, so let's analyze that point. And first thing, back to the child support thing. What's actually interesting to talk about is there's a lot of countries in the world where there is no child support system and it functions, right? So you have to, if you want to pay attention to actually, learn about society as a whole, it's very interesting to study all the different societies and economies in which there is no child support and children don't die. I mean, people get divorced and they still find a way to function. And it's interesting, it's a very long conversation because it extrapolates by how the whole society works. So that's the first point. Second thing, I'll actually sit here and argue the point that I don't think any man really ever wants to get married. I think that women convince them to get married. And I think that any woman who is genuinely serious about convincing her man to get married could do it. I don't think, in the modern world at least, men wake up and go, can't wait to get married. But what they do is they get a chick who's so good and ticks so many boxes and makes them so happy, and she'll sit there and say, you know what, it would mean the world to me. Please. And he'll go, oh, for fuck's sake, all right. And that's what happens. So I still think you can convince 99.9% of men to marry. The point I was making is, the society isn't convincing the man to marry. It's not like it used to be where the man believed he had to be married. Society's done the opposite. So it's your job as a woman to make it clear to him that it is worthwhile. Once again, how would you convince a man it's worthwhile for him to say, that's my wife? Status. That's how you do it. This is a misunderstood hack to men as a whole, is status. If you can convince that man that by marrying you, his status will increase amongst his peers, he's going to do it. And for anyone out here who disagrees with me, the things men do for status, let's actually analyze how baseline men are. What is status? Status is respect, right? Men kill over respect. Gangs kill each other over respect. A man will smash another man's face in for insulting him. We will die for respect and status. You tell me we won't get married? We'll die for her. We'll go to the front line of a war, and the only reason we don't walk away and abandon our post as artillery shells let rain is because we're afraid of being mocked for being a coward. We'll die for status. So status is what it's all about. It's what it's always been about. You want a man to marry you, status. And it's the same thing with nearly anything you want to do with a man. I don't know anything about your personal life. I'll be honest, I don't know, right? But I'll tell you this now. If this dude, this NBA player, believed that he would be higher respected amongst his peers and amongst society for taking care of you properly, that's what he'd fucking do. He doesn't feel that because either he's rolling with the wrong people, or you pissed him off in a way, or something public's happened, I don't have a clue. But something's happened where he feels like, if I take care of her, I'll look like a bitch. That's what he's scared of. If it was inversed, he has no problem giving you money. Because that's how men function. I'm telling you right now, as a man, I'm telling you what I would do. If I had a chick with a woman, right? And she went on the news, stop Jesus, and fucking, like I said, I have no idea what you've done. I was giving my personal made-up scenario. She would go on the news, stop Jesus, and he fucking lied to me, he's a piece of shit, da, da, da. And then I bought her a bet. They was like, well, look, she insults top Jesus, she insults him, he's a simp, da, da, da. But if she was like, you know what, he's misunderstood, he's a good guy, it just didn't work out, boom, 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 I bet she'd be the mention, right? Well, and would that be me being a nice guy, caring about her? Or, let's be honest, would it be me being a selfish piece of shit dude and saying, what makes me look better? Men are all about status. It's how we function. It's how we function as a whole. So society, this is where it extrapolates. It gets interesting. When society, with this new thing, has destroyed all of the baseline humanities and baseline understandings of how men interact with women, and now all the things we previously understood about what made a good man, what made a good woman, and how we should act together, and how